if you keep your ex up on that pedestal and can't name
Mhm.
any single thing that they did wrong within the relationship or one thing that wasn't compatible with you, that to me is a sign that you need to start really looking at them in a new light. When you can get to a place where you can see that we were both just human beings doing our best, that's a huge place.
This week on Love, Happiness, and Success, we are tackling some of your biggest questions related to heartbreak recovery. Joining me for this series is my friend Kendra Allen. She is the host of the podcast Breakup Bestie and author on the topic of breakup recovery. And she's here today with me answering some of your questions. And so in this next segment, Kendra and I wanted to talk about something I think that is really important and that I get a lot of questions about. I know you probably do too, but especially for people who really haven't been through this before, what are signs that you are actually healing after a breakup? Even though it's still hard, even though it feels bad, you're not all the way there, and maybe some days are better than worse, but like general trends that you're on a trajectory where you are walking out of these woods versus signs that you are vulnerable to getting stuck in this for longer than you need to be, and that it
Yeah.
is time to take some different kinds of action on your own behalf so that you don't stay here one moment longer than you need to. Do you have any
Yeah.
visibility into that, Kendra, just from your experience?
Yeah, I think the first one that came to mind is I think a sign that you're moving forward is being able to see your relationship, your past relationship, for exactly what it was.
Hmm.
That is, you don't have your ex up on the pedestal and you don't think that you're a piece of crap. You can see I was existing in the relationship, my ex was existing in the relationship, and it just didn't work out. If you can get to that place, I think that is a huge sign that you're moving forward. Even if you still feel sad or upset about the fact that it's not the relationship is no more, but when you can get to a place where you can see that we were both just human beings doing our best, that's a huge place. Whereas if you keep your ex up on that pedestal and can't name, and I know it's hard in the beginning, can't name
Hmm.
any single thing that they did wrong within the relationship or one thing that wasn't compatible with you, that to me is a sign that you need to start really looking at them in a new light.
Yeah. Yes, and I love it too, this reminder that it is balanced. It doesn't need to be that they were Satan and go into all the
Yeah.
blaming things either, but really to get some perspective on the relationship as a
Yeah.
whole and like reality-based perspective where you're not engaging in this mental relationship with your ex anymore, where you're putting them on a pedestal. They were the best person in the history of the world. You will never find a love like them again, like that whole thing. That's actually a warning sign that you're vulnerable. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
would say that. And then
Hmm.
another thing I would say is we haven't really talked about it, but I'm very big on no contact if you're able
Me
to
too.
do that. Yes, which I know we
Hmm.
share.
Hmm.
So I would say if when you get to a place where you don't feel like I have to see them, I have to talk to them, I'm like white knuckling, not reaching out to them. If you get to a place of feeling kind of indifferent, meaning if you heard from them, you would probably still be excited
Hmm.
or upset, or you would still get a reaction, but you're not sitting on your hands
Yeah.
trying not to reach out to them. I
Right.
think that's a big one because people will often say, "When can I reach out to my ex?" I don't want to think about it forever. And my answer is when you don't really care whether you hear from them or not.
Mm.
Where you do get, I think indifference is a powerful place to be. And I think it's oftentimes underrated because we feel like we need to not like the person or
Hmm.
want them completely wiped away from our memories. Indifference is a really great place to aim for when it comes to going through a breakup.
Yeah. Absolutely. I think there might even be a quote that I can't remember who it was from, but something about how the opposite of love isn't hate. It is
Yes.
indifference, actually. So
Yeah.
that's a really good reminder. And again, so not that you need to be there totally, but that you can feel their importance kind of being released to you
Yes.
is a sign that you are actually making progress, even though it's maybe not as far along as you would like it to be. There's movement versus that staying in that obsessive compulsive kind of phase of
Yes, like
this. Yeah.
immediate, like, I
Mm-hmm.
need to talk to them right
Yeah.
now. I think once it can stop feeling so immediate, that's a really great sign.
Yeah. Okay. But those are good. I think it's helpful for people to have almost some benchmarks around if I'm moving, what does it look like? And then very lastly, in your experience, if people are listening to this or even in other ways, maybe there's something else that's going on in their life experience where they're like, I think I might be stuck in this. What do you typically advise people to do? Are there actions that people can take to get some momentum back into this recovery process?
Yeah, "I'm stuck" is a big thing that I hear, and what I invite people to do is get a little bit more curious of what does stuck mean? Take
Mm,
out your journal and write,
yeah.
in what way am I feeling stuck? Am I angry? Am I sad? Am I lonely? What is it? Stuck is a hard thing to solve,
Right.
whereas if you can put a couple feelings attached to that,
Mm,
that we can work with a little better. And then again, like self-awareness and being honest with yourself. Are you looking at their social media every day? That's probably keeping you stuck. Are you answering their texts that they send you every so often? That's probably keeping you stuck. If there's something that if you're stuck and there's something you're doing that you know you probably shouldn't, just try not doing it and see if it
yeah.
makes a difference.
Yeah. Amazing advice. Kendra, thank you so much. I had the best time talking with you today. And if people would like to get more Kendra Allen, where would
Yeah.
they go to stay connected with you and learn more about your mission and your message?
I'd say the best place to connect with me is on Instagram.
Hmm.
I'm at your Breakup Bestie. I post all my new podcast episodes on there. And then my website is breakupbestie.com. There you can find my courses and all the other information and content that I have.
Wonderful. That's fantastic. Kendra, thank you so much for doing this with me today. It was a lot of fun.
Thank you so much for having me. This was great.